Welcome to Growth Quest. We are honored to have Jamshed Wadia today. Jamshed is the Director of Digital Marketing and Media Asia Pacific and Japan for Intel Corporation. Welcome to the show, Jamshed.
Thank you. Welcome.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I'm from Mumbai, and I started my career almost 20 years back. I started my career selling computers in the retail shop. Though I was an engineer by background, but computers always fascinated me. And then I went to do my master's in marketing, and then I've been after that in the IT industry. I've done half my career in sales and half my career in marketing, but my recent stint has been the longest of 6 years in digital marketing and media. So I head up the digital marketing media function for APJ for Intel. So taking care of all digital experiences for Intel, that would be web marketing, social, analytics, and also our B2B marketing, the lead and nurture, as well as capabilities side of things from a marketing technology perspective. So that's how my journey has been so far.
Okay, fantastic. What an awesome journey. And I think you're just beginning in that sense.
Yeah, thank you.
Probably one of the things I want to ask you is Intel is known for its processors, but Intel does so much more. Can you tell us a little bit more about what Intel is doing today?
Sure. So Intel, as you rightly said, is enabling a lot of amazing experiences for people. It's not what we make, but what we enable as experiences, and that's across categories, be it in the PC business, be it in the data center business, and be it in the Internet of Things business. So we have definitely a lot of business units. And our client computing group is just one business unit, that is our PC business. But then we have other businesses that contribute quite a lot of revenue for Intel. So as a brand, we have to stand across all these categories because we owe it to our audiences to let them know how Intel adds value to their life across all these businesses. So we've been working at that at this point in time.
Fantastic. And so some of the advice that you would give to a marketer today to get on to digital, and what are some of the pieces of advice that you might give to someone who's probably just starting out right now to try to get into this?
Sure. I would say that the first piece of advice is that don't jump onto the bandwagon of digital marketing because it is the shiny new thing. At the end of the day, it's again marketing in a digital world. So just like the talk I gave this morning on customer experience and digital transformation, I think digital transformation is the enabler, it's not the hero. The hero is, at the end of the day, the customer and how we market to the customer. And so I would say that the basis of marketing and the basis of having a customer-centric view doesn't go away. It's just that we have to learn new tools and technology to market in this world. And I think those are the things to pick up. And so I would say that marketing technologies and data are two big things that I would propagate to any person who is doing marketing but wants to pick up digital marketing. Because I firmly believe that the future of marketing is understanding technologies that help connect with your customers and understanding customer data that can make the experience better. So anybody who is wanting a career in marketing has to know these two things.
Right. So it's putting the customer at the heart of everything you do.
Absolutely.
And how are you doing that in Intel right now?
So we do that in various ways. One is obviously we have different customers at different levels. So our customers are also our OEM partners, and it could be also a developer community. So we have different customers at different phases of our businesses. And then we have the end customers, both consumers and enterprises. And so the treatment to all of that is a different strategy, but the fundamentals of customer experience are the same. From a consumer perspective and from an enterprise perspective, obviously data and insights are really important because then that leads to a conversation in terms of what do the customers actually want, what do they expect from Intel, and it could be a combination of various divisions in the company providing what the customer wants. From a marketing and digital perspective, we try to take audience insights and create contextual experiences around those customers so that the customer feels that we are providing value to them and it's not just a marketing message.
Right. I think digital transformation is a big, big thing today for many companies. It's on the agenda for almost every CMO. What are some of the roadblocks that one could anticipate?
Yeah, so like I said, digital transformation is not the starting point. The customer is the starting point. It's the enabler, and that I would say is the fundamental. Digital transformation also requires a holistic, like I talked about, people, process, technology, and data. So it's a combination of all these four factors, and all of them have to be in place, or at least you have to have a roadmap for all those four. Um, People are really essential because if people are not convinced about being a customer centric organization, it's very hard to move forward. We also have to have a skilled workforce that understands digital and technologies. Data is there, but it has to be harnessed. We talk about data being the new oil, but like oil, it has to be refined for it to be useful. And so data has to be refined to be useful, and for that you need to have insights and people who can read insights. Another big thing that is happening in this area is the use of artificial intelligence in terms of data and marketing technology. So that's something that we are exploring as well. So yes, digital transformation requires also investments, but over a period of time, those investments can be easily translated into revenue and ROI. As you could see that so many organizations who focus on customer experience through technology and through data and through investments in people, process, and technology and data reap the benefits. And so in the long run, that is definitely something that every organization should look at.
Right. Now, in your talk today, you touched about the CES and the share of
Sure.
voice. I think what Intel is doing is fascinating, and I think it's really something almost which should be textbooked. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about how you managed to get consistently share of voice.
Sure. So Consumer Electronics Show is the mecca for all electronics, and it's at the start of the year. It's where everybody sets the tone for the year in terms of what's happening in the world of consumer electronics. You have the biggest brands there, and then you have a huge layer of innovative brands that are coming up there. And so it's watched by the who's and who of the electronics industry, not only the trade press, but also the consumers. And so doing well in that show is really, really important. And at Intel, we see that importance. We see that opportunity to build Intel's brand in the consumer electronics business, and all the showcase all the products and the innovation that Intel is in. And so it's really important to win the thought leadership at CES. We've found that working on our digital platforms gives us that chance to do that, and that opportunity to do that. So we work very closely with our US counterparts, our EMEA counterparts, as well as our China counterparts, to have a consistent, unified strategy to reach out to all enthusiasts who are following CES across the globe. We have something called as a follow the sun model, where we listen to trends, we listen to people who are following CES. What are they talking about? What is the trending topics? What's important to Intel, and marrying that back to what people are interested in. Creating content in real time, amplifying in real time, finding the right influencers and advocates in real time. So it's a very well coordinated effort to make sure that we get Intel's message out there, but at the same time also provide what audiences are interested in. And I think that combination of both of those have worked for us in the last 4 or 5 years. And I think it's really benefited Intel in terms of just having a high mind share at CES from a brand perspective.
Absolutely, and you've done so well there. It's
Thank
really
you.
Fantastic. I also want to touch on how Intel is reinventing the traditional businesses. for example, the fireworks business. Maybe you can share a little bit about that.
Sure. So as I mentioned, the fireworks business, depending on what report you see, is in the range of 900 to $1 billion in terms of just fireworks exports across the world. In fact, I think 80% of the fireworks across the globe comes from China, and it's a hallmark of any big event. You see country celebrations, you see Hollywood launches, Bollywood launches. They have fireworks. Even weddings is a big business in China and India, and some parts of this world. Um and so from a Intel perspective, as we are into our own drone products, and it's an important component of our business, we've also seen the opportunity that it could be the future of entertainment. And so we started off with 100 drones, and then we had 500 drones, and we are in the Guinness Book of Records as well for the most amount of UAE's unmanned flight carriers to have on the sky. And I think this has been a tremendous opportunity for us. We worked with various partners, various shows. We had the Super Bowl Lady Gaga performance, and we had the drone show run with it. I showed the recent examples with the Wonder Woman home entertainment launch. So I think we do see that as definitely a big opportunity from a future of entertainment business, and we work with a lot of partners in wanting to take this opportunity even further. So, in fact, anybody can go to the website, and if they're interested, they can put their interest down there, and our drone team can contact them in terms of if they're interested in collaborating with us,
Right.
And using our services.
So the drone team, this whole thing with the fireworks is a brand new revenue stream for Intel.
It is, yes.
What was the thinking behind that? How did you come to spot that opportunity?
Well, obviously, there are very intelligent people in this business at Intel, and probably they had done their homework in terms of how this can revolutionize the entertainment business, and there's a need for something like this. So I'm sure that there has been enough research and senior people thinking through some of the trends that they had seen, and it translated into a business opportunity. It started off, I'm sure, as a branding opportunity for Intel, but then I'm sure that with the amount of inquiries, they could probably see that this could be also a business opportunity. So it's definitely worked in our favor.
Right. In terms of sales and marketing alignment, I think usually there's a disconnect with sales and marketing, and they're fairly siloed. What are you doing at Intel to try to address that?
So we make sure that, as I said, we should market to the audiences we want to sell to, especially from a B2B marketing perspective. We have the opportunity to market to be targeted. There is enough level of attribution that can be ascribed on B2B marketing. So in fact, B2B marketing to me is a great opportunity for a marketer to prove ROI. And so it's, again, the starting point is the customer. The starting point is interacting with the salespeople and understand what do they need, right from account insights to information, and then work with the salespeople to have a targeted effort with their customers or their list of customers or the target segments, and then market to those audiences, and take them from the customer journey right from interest into rather from contact into interest and into the purchase journey. And so it's a very interesting stream of marketing for us, and I do believe that you can't achieve that with great integration with sales. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, and finally, what's next? What's next for you at Intel? I mean, what are you? Anything exciting?
Well, I mean, I'm enjoying my stint right now as the lead for digital marketing and media. Definitely, marketing technologies fascinate me. There's always vendors and solutions and capabilities that fascinate me, that helps us build better experience for our customers. Data is another angle to it. The amount of data that can be unstructured data that's out there is just amazing. 90% of the world's data is now created in the last few years, and so I think that gives us enough food for thought, and I think just harnessing that data, understanding those insights, translating them into actions, and then seeing those actions result into change or something better for Intel really excites me. And so I would say that those are my focus areas.
Fantastic. Thank you so much again.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jamshed. Thank you very much.
Thanks.